Hello everyone and Assalamu alaikum. This is Introduction to Psychology Part 2 by Dear Knowledge. Okay, we have started the chapter 1, which is about motivation, and it's quite long topic to discuss because in motivation we have to discuss what actually motivation is, what are the characteristics of motivation, what are the classification of motivations, and etc. So we completed the lesson 1 and we started the lesson 2, and again the lesson 2 is a bit long topic to discuss, so that's why I divided the lesson 2 in different parts, so it will be easy for you all to understand the topic very easily and without getting bored. So lesson 2 is all about the classification of motivation, and we have completed the part 4. Part 4 was all about the Murray's classification of motivation, and our main aim or our main purpose was to discuss Murray's classification of motivation. And if you haven't watched all those videos, I have given all the links in the description section. Go ahead, click on those links and watch those videos. So in this video we will be discussing the part 5 of the lesson 2, and part 5 is all about Maslow's classification of motivation, in which we will be discussing Abraham Maslow. So Abraham Maslow, he was born on April 1, 1908 in New York, and died on June 8, 1970. He was an American psychologist and philosopher. He's also known as father of humanistic psychology because of his humanistic view. And he's also the creator of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which we'll be discussing in this video. And he is best known for his self-actualization theory of psychology, which we will also going to be discussing under the topic of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And the primary goal of the psychotherapy, according to him, should be the integration of the self. So let's discuss about the Maslow's classification of motivation, in which we are going to discuss the hierarchy of needs. So according to Abraham Maslow, the basic needs of motivational dispositions can be grouped under 5 categories. The physiological needs, safety needs, belongingness, or you can say love and belongingness needs, love needs, esteem needs, and the need for self-actualization. So these fall into a hierarchical order, with the need for self-actualization standing at the top. So Maslow's hierarchy of need is a motivational theory in psychology comprising 5 tier model of human needs, and often depicted as hierarchical level within a pyramid. So needs lower down in the hierarchy must be satisfied before individuals can attain to higher up. So from the bottom of the hierarchy upwards, the needs are again the physiological needs, then there's a safety need and love and belongingness, esteem needs, and self-actualization. So as you can see, the physiological needs include all the biological needs, which include water, air, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. And safety need includes the personal security, employment, resources, health, property. And love and belongingness includes friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. And esteem needs include respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom. And the top one is the self-actualization, which is desire to become the most that one can be. So the 5-stage model can be divided into deficiency-based and growth or deficiency needs, which is also known as D needs, and growth needs. So the first four needs, from the physiological needs up to the esteem needs, are known as deficiency needs. And the top level is known as growth need, or we can say being needs, or we can say B need. In a shortcut, it is known as B. The alphabet B needs. So deficiency needs arise due to deprivation and are said to motivate people when they are unmet. Also, the motivation to fulfill such needs will become stronger the longer the duration they are denied. For example, the longer a person goes without food, the more hungry they will become. So, Abraham Maslow, initially stated that individual must satisfy lower need or lower deficit needs before progressing on to meeting higher level growth needs. So he later clarified that satisfaction of need is not an all or none phenomena, admitting that his earlier statements may have given the false impression that a need must be satisfied 100% before the next need emerges. So, when a deficit need has been more or less satisfied, it'll go away, and our activities becoming habitually directed towards meeting the next set of needs that we have yet to satisfy, and these then become our salient needs. However, growth needs continue to be felt and may even become stronger once they have been engaged. And if you talk about the growth needs, the top one, the self-actualization, is also known as the growth need, and it's also known as the being need. So growth needs do not stem from a lack of something, but rather from a desire to grow as a person. And once these needs have been reasonably satisfied, one may be able to reach to the highest level, which is known as the self-actualization. And every person is capable and has the desire to move up the hierarchy towards a level of self-actualization, but unfortunately, progress is often disrupted by a failure to meet lower needs and life experiences, including divorce and loss of a job, may cause individual to fluctuate between the levels of hierarchy. And therefore, not everyone will be able to reach to the fullest potential, and not everyone will be able, or not everyone is able to reach to the self-actualization. And we'll be discussing each hierarchy in detail. So I have divided, or the hierarchy is divided into 3 stages. As I have said that it have 5 stages. The first one is the hierarchy, physiological need, and then there's a safety need, and then there is belongingness and needs, love needs, then there is esteem needs, and the top one is the self-actualization. And these 5 stages have been divided into 3 main stages. So the first 2, which include the physiological needs and safety needs, comes under basic needs. Like, these are our basic needs which needs to be satisfied, and the belongingness and love needs and the esteem needs, these 2 needs comes under the psychological needs. Like, these are secondary needs. The primary needs are the basic needs which needs to be satisfied, and after that the person is able to move towards the psychological need. And once the psychological need is also satisfied, the person will be able to reach to the top, which is known as self-fulfillment needs or self-actualization. So let's discuss these stages one by one. So let's start with the physiological need. So physiological needs are basically the biological needs, and these are the biological requirements for human survival. For example, food, clothing, shelter, air, sleep. These are all the physiological needs. These have to do with our physiology. And if these needs are not satisfied, the human body cannot function optimally. And according to Maslow, he considered physiological needs the most important, as all other needs become secondary until these needs are met. Then there comes a safety need. Now, safety needs include protection from elements, security, order, law, stability, freedom from fear. So these are all the safety needs. Like, once our physiological needs are satisfied, the next thing which we need is to be protected, to be safe. Then the third one is love and belongingness, or you can say belongingness and love needs. So, after physiological and safety needs have been fulfilled, the third level of human need is social and involves feeling of belongingness, and the need for interpersonal relationships motivates behavior. For example, friendship, trust, acceptance, receiving and giving affection and love, affiliating, being part of a group. That can be family, it can be a group of friends or work. So these include our love and belongingness need. And then there comes esteem needs. So esteem needs, which Maslow classified into two categories. The first one is esteem for oneself, which include dignity, achievement, mastery, independence. And the second category, which comes under esteem needs, is the desire for reputation or respect from others, which include status and prestige. So, according to Maslow, he indicated that the need for respect or reputation is most important for children and adolescents and precedes real self-esteem or dignity. So as you've seen that the belongingness and love needs and esteem needs are psychological needs. So the last one, or the top one, is the self-actualized need, which is also known as self-fulfillment needs. So realizing personal potential, self-fulfillment, seeking personal growth and peak experience, a desire to become everything one is capable of becoming, is actually self-actualization or self-actualized need. So this is about the hierarchy of need. If we give a bit hierarchy of need summary, so the summary of the hierarchy of need would be that there are some few points that I've included in this video. These are the summary. So human beings are motivated by a hierarchy of need, and needs are organized in a hierarchy of prepotency, in which more basic needs must be more or less met, rather than all or none, and prior to higher needs. The third one is that the order of needs is not rigid, but instead may be flexible based on external circumstances or individual differences. And most behavior is multi-motivated, that is simultaneously determined by more than one basic need. So this is the summary of hierarchy of need. And if we talk about the self-actualization, so self-actualization is basically it is a person's motivation to reach his full potential, and a person's need must be met before self-actualization can be achieved. Like, this is one of the conditions to reach the self-actualization, that all the needs must be met. And once all the needs are met, a person is able to reach towards the self-actualization. So, Maslow was interested in human potential and how we can fulfill that potential, and self-actualized people are those who were fulfilled and doing all they were capable of. So this was all about today's video. If your concept is clear, you can like the video. If not, you can ask us in the comment section and we will be happy to help you out. Plus, if you're new to this channel, subscribe to Dear Knowledge, subscribe to our channel, click on the bell icon so you will never ever miss any notification. And you can share the link of this video, link of our channel with your family members and friends, because sharing is caring. Until then, Allah Hafiz.